is supernatural. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's the song we'll be singing. It's a song of Biafra. I cannot be stopped. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a lion king. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble to the rising sun. There's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright it's supernatural. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of freedom. We are champions. It's the song we'll be singing. It's a song of Biafra. Yeah. Present to me. Freedom is coming. Yeah.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra. One more time I say welcome to the live broadcast from New York City under the auspices of our mother station, Radio Biafra, London. My name is Ike Peters, and this morning I have a few clips that we need to listen to very attentively. I know most of you must have heard that clip being aired here on radio and different platforms of Radio Biafra. Yesterday I took the time to listen to it very, very attentively, and I want you to listen to it because we are going to make a lot out of it. This thing they call the zoo is something that is different. It's people talk and nobody wants to pay attention. People talk and they sweep it under the rug. But you know something? This is a former naval commander that actually is a retired man. Let's listen to him, give him very, very good attention because he is somebody who is very much in the government. And he's telling you, reminiscent, bringing back the memories of what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi had told us in the past, that nobody wanted to believe. But today, people are saying the same old things. So let's listen to this attentively. I want us to listen to it because we are going to comment on it and say things where we are supposed to know that, all right, the tape is refusing to play. So let me get back and see if I'm going to get it to air. Unfortunately, it's running around. And okay, here we go. So let's listen to this. This is very, very interesting, and I want us to listen to it.
Welcome back. Yes, we'll be talking about what you just saw now, the security breach in NDA, and we've got Commodore Kunle Olaomi joining us here this morning. He's the head Department of Criminology and Security Studies, Christland University, Nigeria. Good morning, sir. Thank you.
I want you to listen to this broadcast. Listen to it pay particular attention to certain things that the man said. We're not going to rush it. We're going to come to it. Take it to the end, honestly, because there's much that we have to learn from there to see how our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is like what you call him, man sent from God, prophet. I don't know where he gets his information from, but this man is so crisp and so straight. Look at the way the zoo is going. They don't even know what they are doing with themselves right now as we speak. They're confused. So let's listen to Olaomi. Olaomi is his name.
Today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, this is it's one of those blow your cheeks out moments, because lots of people, when they heard it, they just thought, no way, this can't be. But they just thought, well, in fact, some people thought it was fake news. Others thought, nah, maybe there could be some other explanation to this. And then the academy put up this press release saying, yes, it's been compromised. And here we are today. So details are emerging that raises more questions than answers at the moment. But what's your impression of this, for instance?
Thank you very much. My impression, I think, is just the impression of every Nigerian at this point. This is an aberration. I mean, you don't attack a Nigerian Defense Academy and kill officers and get away with it.
Yeah.
The last time I was in NDA was in 2017. I went to carry out an investigation by the Minister of Defense. I wanted me to check what is going on with the training and the security environment there. I remember I spent about a week at NDA with the commandant and with the staff, But something struck me. And that was every Friday, the gate of NDA is thrown open. And everybody have access to come and pray in the mosques. I want to actually enjoin journalists to go to all military formations across the country on Friday by 1 o'clock. You are going to see the same thing happening across all military formations, including Naval Training Command at Papa, including the division in Ibadan, including NDA, including Jaji. I was in Jaji in 1994 for my junior division. And every Friday, our gate is thrown open. And everybody comes in to pray in our mosques. Even though they have their mosque outside. If you go to Defense Headquarters, I serve at Defense Headquarters as the Deputy Director, Defense Administration between 2015 and 2017. Throughout my 2 years at Defense Headquarters, I received visitors only twice because of the strict security architectures at the Defense Headquarters. But every Friday, the gate of Defense Headquarters is thrown wide open for everybody to come in and do Jumat. That is the time the terrorists have the time to profile our security environment.
Has that always been the case?
It has always been the case. I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and social-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation, and so on.
I want you to pay very, very close attention, because what he is saying now has to do with what our leader had said, what the Reverend Bosu had said.
We have the Yoruba church. Am I right?
This. No, this is not.
We have the.
I don't want that. I want you to listen to what he said. That let's go here.
If you have an iPad,
pay attention to this
here, and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity.
Let's stop it there. It's a plan. But that's what Olawumi is talking about. Listen to this.
Operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I told them, General Lawrence Shakin then, that the challenge we have in this country cannot be solved the same way we solved the problem of Niger Delta. The Niger Delta problem was solved during Yaradua time, basically by me. And I told them that we can't use that same template for Boko Haram. I told General Lawrence Shakin to look at the center of gravity of the problem. And we all came together. I was made a member of the committee, including Atahiru that just died was a member of that committee in 2016, 2017. And we came to a conclusion after several arguments. The arguments were three. To identify the center of gravity of the problem, one group said it is the fighters, the Boko Haram fighters are the center of gravity, so we should go after them. Another group said the center of gravity of Boko Haram is Abubakar Shekau. So if you go after Abubakar Shekau, then the problem of Boko Haram will be solved. I took exception to the group. I said that is not the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram insurgency that we were having between that 2012 and 2017. And
2012 and 2017. I want you to listen to that. Take note of those dates.
Give us the answer. And I told General Shan that if I tell you the answer, you're not going to be able to solve the problem. He said, what is the problem? I said, the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program.
Buhari's administration.
It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence, and the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem, because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
Yeah, this is interesting. Buhari's government, they are the Boko Haram themselves. These same people are parading. Now Fulani, or whatever they call him, Tinubu has his deputy, who is the chief. Nigerians, you are in for hell. But you know something? We are Biafrans. We are waiting for them. We'll all bury them in our land. There's no doubt about it. You can hold our leader all you want, but you know something? Okokoya, then you will know that we are not joking. I want you to listen to this man. This man is in government. He is somebody who has been there. I'm even surprised he's talking like this, because they're probably giving up his life. He said, to hell with everything. Let's listen. Let's keep listening to him, please.
So the government knows sponsors of Boko Haram?
Of course, it's in the news. In April this year, the government said they have arrested 400 Bureau de Change related, people that were sponsoring Boko Haram. They told us. And Abu Dhabi also helped us to arrest few Nigerians. Tried them. We know them. Why can't this government, if not that they are partisan, and they
You see, the same man that is deputy to Tinubu in his conversation with Alhaji and Akunle, I mean, forgotten the guy's name, whoever, the Yoruba guy that he was talking to, he said the 400 people that they gathered, that if anything happens to those people, that Jonathan, do you know something? Jonathan, they took some 400 people and he was threatening. This is the man that's going to be the vice president elect of Nigeria. You people are in hell of. And recently there's a secret camera that caught him with the Boko Haram people, talking to the Niger people and the rest of them. We are ready. We are Biafrans. We are only doing Nigeria a favor by bringing up this information. They can die in their ignorance. They can die in their deafness. The Yoruba man can jump in and jump out and say whatever he wants to say about the Igbo man. We don't give a shit about it. We are talking about Biafra. If you think you don't need us, we are ready to go. We don't even want them to be there. If they were paying attention to us, most of them would not be in Lagos. So let's not fool ourselves by jumping around and thinking that anybody needs anybody. No, we are trying to save you guys. And if you don't listen, you'll get in trouble. Just listen.
actually part of the charade that is going on. Why can't they bring those people out for trial?
They can't because they are themselves.
Operators on the one hand, but you particularly said people in government. Are those part of the Bureau de Change, or those people that you say are in government are still there, government is aware, and government is condoning them?
The people I mentioned that are in government are not these ones they just arrested. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012.
That's right.
And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why should a government try to cause this kind of embarrassment and insecurity to the sense of what happened yesterday? And the solution I gave them in 2017, because when I identified the center of gravity for General Lonshokin, and they couldn't pursue it, because some of them were ministers. And what I'm saying now, the Department of State Services are listening to me. They know them.
Yeah, you know, Commodore.
So the solution I gave them was that if we can't pursue the policy strategic level, because the people that we need to talk to are also, going to be difficult to deal with. I said what they should do now is to conduct two things. We should buy blimps. The blimps are not UAVs. They are not drones. Blimps are equipment that can fly up to 10,000 feet, 30,000 feet, static if you want, mobile if you want, and they carry a lot of payload. We saw them in Afghanistan. We saw them in Kenya. This will be something that can give us real-time intelligence, and we can know where these bandits or terrorists, where they emanate from, and when they finish operations as they've done, where they go back to.
Okay, well,
they did not buy this equipment up to.
Okay, you said quite a number of things.
I want you to remember Dr. Obadia as we talk about, because this is exactly what he was doing. He was trying to tell the world, and they killed him. The banker, the man that works in the bank, I think Dr. Obadia, whatever the way it's pronounced. This is exactly the information that he has. That Boko Haram, they are the people that know them are the people in government. Buhari and his people created Boko Haram. And you will have to check the date. The man is talking about 2012 and 2017. Don't forget that Buhari died in 2017. And they had to continue with his name to keep the flag, flag flying. Let's keep listening.
Let's pick up on some of them and see if we could make some, if you could shed some further light on some of them. Since 2012, I mean, you've been in operation, as you said, ever since that time. You questioned several people. Some people were identified at that time. Did the government at that time try any of them? Or were any of them also in government at the time?
No, the government did not try any of them, and the defense headquarters where I worked then did not pursue that line of operation because it's beyond them. The defense headquarters, actually, when you look at the defense structure of Nigeria, they lie within the policy strategic level, but basically they are operational guys. So when you have policy problem, then they cannot go beyond their masters.
Exactly.
They can write intelligence report and say, this is what is going on. And we've seen that the present government know what is going on.
I'm sorry, is this a policy problem? I mean, the laws are clear. If someone is said to be involved in something as devious as this, the laws are clear. This person is meant to be arrested, questioned. I mean, it's quite clear. So is it a policy problem? We have the laws. So what is stopping the security agencies from actually enforcing the law, since that's what they are?
I think what is stopping them is like when you are a member of a church and your pastor have decided to be at a certain level of spiritualism and you're a member of that church, you cannot be higher than your pastor spiritually. You can't, no matter what you do.
So this is the same religion you spoke about?
Yes. In real life, you see that the defense headquarters cannot conduct any operations that is not sanctioned by the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
That's right. The chief of Boko Haram.
They cannot.
No matter how small, little
they cannot.
Yeah.
So when the Yar'Adua government decided to put an end to Niger Delta militancy, that was in 2007. What he did was simple. He called all the security chiefs and all the intelligence chiefs and tasked them to come up with a solution. The Defense Intelligence Agency, the National Intelligence Agency, the Department of State Services were called with the Inspector General of Police and the Interpol to come up with the solution to the problem. Then the problem was Niger Delta. The president was Yar'Adua. He was dispassionate. He wanted to solve the problem. Within 6 months, we solved the problem. I remember I have to go to Angola to go and bring Herioka, and nobody in Nigeria knew what we did. All we know is that since 27, 28 that we conducted our operation under Yar'Adua, Niger Delta issue has remained manageable. This government does not want to resolve this problem.
No.
They are escalating it because of tribal and religious sentiments.
So when you say this government does not want to resolve it, don't forget the same government has purchased. In fact, they're going to induct the Kanu jet because of, the insecurity situation. They have, the president has had to change guards, as it were, as a result of people's clamor. I imagine if that was not in the thinking, why would you go that length to make some of the, some of the pronouncements, the meetings that have happened, the purchase, the change of guard and the rest? Why would they do all that if they don't want to sort this?
Because that is not the solution.
That's right.
What you just mentioned is not the solution. When you have a problem at policy level, strategic level, operational level, when you have a problem, what you need to do is to identify the center of gravity of that problem and attack it. That's what you do. What they are doing is not attacking the center of gravity of the problem of Boko Haram and insurgency. So if the president is buying Super Tucano, is changing service chiefs, that is not the solution.
That's right.
We are looking at the wrong side. It's not kinetic. It's politics.
Are you ruling out kinetic altogether?
I can't rule out kinetic because
so it's
a spectrum. It's a spectrum, so you can't rule out something. But the center of gravity is what they should look at. And what is it? I'm saying it on this channel. It is the sponsor of Boko Haram and bandits.
And speaking about the sponsors, When you say the DSS, and they could be listening to you, but so they profile, part of their responsibility is to profile all of these persons before they either vie for elections or before, they are nominated for any of these positions. Doesn't that happen? Don't they get intel and say, look, this, and this is what we found, and then we don't think that this should proceed further? Doesn't that happen?
It does. When I worked with the DSS in 2007, because when Yaradua approved the operational order that we did, we now have to work together as a team. He actually forced all of us to sit down together and work together. I was surprised at the tremendous amount of information had by DSS. I was shocked. We in DI, I was in Defense Intelligence Agency, and when they were forced to bring out the files, I was shocked. They have so much information at DSS presently, as I'm talking about what I'm talking about. They have. But you see, if a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go.
Yes.
That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's not.
That is why they are trying to cover up in 2023. They're trying to bring Boko Haram himself, the man who is a chief sponsor, is the deputy to Tinubu. This is Radio Biafra. We just don't talk. We do things, we follow things systematically. I want you to keep paying attention to this because when you make your calls, this is what we're going to concentrate today. Just listen.
I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them, and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics, the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized.
That's right. Assuming, but not conceding that, that all of this is the case. So what is the end game? Because I imagine as a strategist, that's what you think about too. So these things are happening. What is the end game? So why will this be allowed to fester? For what purpose?
The end game for them, because normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle. Okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country.
That's right.
And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the Air Force cannot do anything about that.
Because
Buhari has to do something about that.
He's dead.
The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should a government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that? Those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them. Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up, but we'll come to that hopefully. Markwa has got some questions for you. Markwa, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Much as we're looking at it looks like we're looking at the remote causes. The immediate causes, I think, is what is worrying a lot of people in terms of the significance of the attack. For some people, they're wondering, what do you think were the bandits trying to pass home a message when they chose the National Defense Academy as the area of the attack? I mean, as the area they decided to attack? Because normally people know that military installations, for instance, if you were to, I mean, you've talked about how the military institutions are usually open to the public on Fridays. There'll be questions as to this attack did not happen on a Friday. It happened on a Tuesday. So the guards were supposed to have been up. So there'll be questions as to what happened, how was the perimeter breached, what about the guards that are usually mounted on, watchtowers, what were they doing? Were they asleep? There'll be areas where there are CCTV cameras. What happened in those areas as well? There are huge questions around around that. And then the significance, what gave these bandits the audacity, the temerity to be able to say, this is going to be the area we want to attack today? What do you have any questions roaming in your head in terms of, what were they trying to really achieve beyond? Because some people say this is not about ransom. Maybe they want to take a ransom, yes, maybe. But it looks like they were trying to send home a message.
Yeah, thank you, Makwe. You just got it right. They just want to send a message. And this is what terrorists do. And what the Buhari government should do is to tag these people as terrorists. What they want to do is to send a message to create fear and to show the military that we can come for you.
That's right. And
there's nothing you can do. You may not know, I don't know whether it's out in the news, that the major has been killed. I belong to some groups, and I know about 3 hours ago, his body was found. He has been killed. So it's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Makwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives.
That's right.
They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
So if I could follow up on that quickly.
Please go ahead.
This part of what you just spoke about now, the security agencies gleaned this from those who they arrested over time. Saying this is the intention.
Absolutely. The intention of it's on the internet. So it's not even about the people we interrogated. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has generated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end,
Sharia,
the Quran is at the sea.
That's right.
So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they're in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them because it is the DIA that conducted the operations that arrested these sponsors. So they know them. Why is the government, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces?
The general area of Afaka, where this where the NDA is cited, is no stranger to this sort of attacks. Before now, I mean, a few other institutions around the Defense Academy have also been attacked. Talking about the Institute of Agriculture and so forestry, mechanized division, something to that effect. I can't remember the exact name of the institution now, but we do know that they have been around this area. Now, I'm looking at the front page of Daily Trust newspapers, and they have this, why NDA security was compromised. And the first writer says, bandits leave peacefully. Peacefully is in parenthesis, near academy. There have been questions before now that sometimes, this happened in Jos, around Rukuba, that, there were attacks happening in the neighboring area, and that the military institutions did nothing. The same thing happened when there were attacks on the airport, the airport's residential area in Kaduna. That was very close to the Defense Academy. They did nothing. They attacked the forestry school in Kaduna. They did nothing. Now they have finally come for them, but the talk is that these people have been there all along. They never went anywhere. The bandits who perpetrated this attack have been there all along. Does the military really need, if this is something that is of concern to the security agencies, because it was only a matter of time from what it would seem that we're reading that these attacks were going to happen, did they really need to wait this long before they took action against people they knew were a security threat to not just them, but also the people around their environment?
Yeah, Makwe, I may also shock you that some cadets have been abducted before now. And when they took these cadets away, and they demanded for ransom, as low as 400,000 naira at that time, the cadets were released after the ransom were paid. And the cadet told them that where they took them to, that they could hear the parade going on in NDA, that they were not taken far away from NDA, that every morning they hear the parade and the programs going on in NDA while they were in the camp of the terrorists. You are right. These people live around NDA. It's about social-cultural issue. As long as you're a Muslim and you speak Fufude or Hausa, you can do whatever you like and fraternize with the military and go in and out of the barracks. You are saying that the attack did not happen on Friday. Of course, it will not happen on Friday, but they have enough time to carry out surveillance. They have enough time to have insiders that will work with them. The problem is that journalists should go around our military institution this Friday and carry their cameras and see the decadence, the security breach that goes on every Friday in all military institutions across Nigeria, and tell the Minister of Defense to put a stop to that. The defense institutions, they are sacred. They are not where people can come on Friday, throw open the gate because they want to come and do Jumat. The truth is that on Sundays, we don't have such, invasion of our premises by Christians to come and pray or to come and do whatever on Sundays. But for the 35 years I spent in the military intelligence, if you go to Tego Barracks in Apapa, it's the same. The Tego Barracks is where I was trained as an intelligence officer. It's the same. On Friday, they will troop in. They throw it open. It's religion. And because we must think about solution, the Minister of Defense should stop this. They should make pronouncement and stop it. Every Friday, people should go to various mosques around them to pray and maintain the sanctity of our military institutions. That's what I
wanted to know if this has been an issue before now. Has this been anything that, the people at the top in the military have found as a source of concern. Let me raise an instance. For instance, we know that at almost every security institution, even on the roads here in Abuja, before you can enter the same road that leads to any military institution is divided in two. There are huge barricades to prevent anybody from just entering, so to speak. This became a source of concern for the military, in terms, especially after the attacks on the police headquarters. Has this been a source of concern for for the top brass of the military to say, hey, look, if we're taking these steps to put barricades, then this is also going to be a source of concern for us. What can we do about it? Have they elevated this discussion?
At defense headquarters, every Monday, even if you go this Monday coming, you will see they're always there to discuss intelligence and security brief. We discuss all topics there, including the issue of Muslims gathering every weekend. All those barriers you see at defense headquarters, and that's why I'm talking to the media. They should go there on Friday. The barrier is no longer there. It's open because it is Jumat. And this is when they come to carry out surveillance. If you look at what happened in Mogadishu Barrack, it was the same. There was a time they went there and blasted the place and killed a lot of people. It's these same people that are allowed to have access on Fridays and become members of the mess because they are, it's a social-cultural issue. So I think we should begin to look, the Minister of Defense should put an end to this, because for 35 years of my stay in the military intelligence, it has been the case. Both naval institution, Air Force institution, Army institutions, even the Department of State Services. Once it's Friday, the gates are thrown open, and people come from outside, and there'll be no space. They'll be all over. If you go to Defense Headquarters on Friday, this Friday, you see them littered everywhere.
This conversation is usually quite tricky. I mean, people listening, some might take different perspectives to it, thinking, oh, is this a religious thing? Is this an ethnic thing? They ask, is it only Muslims you have in the military? Is it only people from this certain cultural, heritage that you have in the military? And I'd like us to tackle the issues. You have mentioned what you have called the core, as it were, of the problem. How do we tackle this without viewing it from a religious spectrum, an ethnic spectrum? Because well, Nigeria is quite, polarized across, these groups, ethnicity and religious. How do we tackle it without coming off as though you're inciting people, on those lines?
You see, one thing I discovered in this country is that when it comes to religion, everybody is very sensitive. But the fact I have laid bare is from the experience of 35 years of military intelligence. So I'm not coming to the air to whip up sentiments, no. I have been in the system. I work with Abacha government. I work with Babangida government. I work with Abdul Salam. I work with Yar'Adua Obasanjo. As a core insider of operations, I belong to a group of people that you are not supposed to see, people that you are not supposed to hear, because we have 3 classes of military officers. I belong to the wars group. I lost my family because my family does not have to know where I have been, where I have gone, and I cannot talk. I've seen Colonel Lu here, I've seen Stan Lambo. Some of us belong to that group that we are not supposed to be seen, and we are not supposed to be heard. The
I
truth
hope you're
I'm
listening.
telling you now,
pay attention.
It's not about sentiments. Is that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized.
That's right.
This is a fact.
It's not over yet.
Start mentioning names
it's not over. Tinubu is coming up with it.
That we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on the issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that are listening to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem and will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society, the damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that?
After
you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us.
What he has turned out over the years is shocking to them. Listen to him very attentively. This is where the catch is. A dead man doesn't do anything. What has come out of him, no, it's not him, he's dead. They're carrying on his name. He couldn't have changed overnight and become the demon that you think he is. No, he died. Our leader told us, 2017. Let's listen.
I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other aspirants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. That was before the Lagos, APC, before they chose within.
Right.
And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking.
Because he's dead, he's not the one.
And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental.
We'll talk more on this, but pardon me, we've got Mr. Alfred Ononuju waiting. He's a security consultant.
Let me just hold this there. Open up the lines for you to call. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. You have been listening to this great man. I call him a great man because, I don't know who he is. But at least once in your life, you speak the truth. He has said it all. This is exactly the colonization that we've been talking about that didn't start with anybody. Who did it start with? It started with Babangida. He took your money, gave them complete colonization of the nation, and they are still fighting. They're still struggling. The one that even went to London, to the United States, asking the senators to arrest Goodluck Jonathan. He's now the deputy to Tinubu. These people, their plan, how we change you? And our people, our idiotic so-called Biafrans are there fighting. They want to change Nigeria. The man already told you that whoever thinks he can change events in Nigeria has to be has to do all the magic in the world. P2B, you're wasting your time, my brother. It's a matter of time. They can give it to you tomorrow, but how long are you going to last? Let's build our own nation. Can I see this nonsense? Our great-grandfather started it. Up till today, we are still facing the same problem. What is wrong with us? Azikiwe, I remember Bono Ojike was always, I was little, but I listen. I pay attention to elders when they talk. Bono Ojike, Garabachiroso, what's his name? The name of the other one, the one from Aaron Dizog. These are people that they were challenging Nnamdi Azikiwe. They were not. They were just saying that he was being fooled, that he was going astray. They were talking. Bono Ojike was there. What am I forgetting? This the one in the man from Aaron Dizog. These people at that time, my father was a civil servant. Most of them were against these people because they were challenging the God of the time. Who was the God? Nnamdi Azikiwe, Oyawajiki, River Niger, yes. But these people were challenging him because of this same thing that P2B is doing today. They were telling him, up to today, this is past about 70 years ago. We are still the same way. Nothing has changed. And nothing is ever going to change. You think you can fix Nigeria? These people have already made up. Look at how long ago. Do you know how many millions where this so-called man on the wheelchair, what's his name again, Babangida, gave to these people? For total, complete, quoting, total Islamization. That's what they came to do. And we allowed them to do it. I'm getting a call already. Okay, let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. You're online. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. There we
go. My name is Mazi Iyke, the truck pusher.
Welcome to the program.
I'm wishing you good luck, my brother.
There we
according to one of my uncles said that I should tell them. So continue telling them. They are hearing.
Yes.
P2B is wandering up and down. It feels like Nigerian as a whole. It's like Anambra State then. It won't be like that. P2B will want to carry never on it because everyone actually clear up and never and the which I'm still praying up to this hour that he will never get to that place, because giving him that honor or that position is to destroy our people, and Chukwu will never answer his prayers. So I'm praying to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, may Chukwu keep on keeping him until he come to accomplish everything that Chukwu Kabiama push him out of this world to do for Biafrans. So we are going to rejoice. Yeah. I'm expecting you, Peters, and all our radio presenters, ESN members, our DOS members, Mazi China Sanworu. Don't listen to gossipers. Whenever you do something, people must criticize you. Remember that our leader said, without criticizing you, that means you are doing nothing. So I'm wishing everybody good luck. Please, I still remain Mazi Iyke, telling every of our brothers and sisters to be spreading the gospel. The gospel. That is, let the whole world be hearing your voice wherever you are. If you have the opportunity, with this Android phone. Open the radio to the hearing of everybody. Please and please. And I'm saying good luck to everybody.
Thank you, sir.
I'm wishing each and every one of us well. And more years ahead, the Biafra comes in the mighty name of Chukwu.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you so much. You know, like we're listening to our very honest, and I like the way the man spoke, because you know people cannot carry this evil in their heart and disappear. He said something here very pertinent. He said, I kill for the government. I do whatever they want me to do. But the reason why we cannot tackle these things is that the government themselves are part of the Boko Haram. We can't tackle them. You can't. You are working for him. And he said something very interesting, that if a committee is created to do something, believe me sincerely, before they start even doing anything, they already know the direction where their leader is going. The leader of the organization, the people that gave them the job, they are watching his body language. What does he want to do? Obadiah, the banker, you remember him? Came out to tell us that Boko Haram is more sophisticated than we can imagine. At the hand of the government. Even Sani Abacha said something. He said if insurgency lasts for more than 6 months, the government has a hand in it. Of course. It's pure common sense. We are not asking you to think properly. We are asking you to let our people go. Stay there and solve your problem, because for you, the Boko Haram, or you, the Islamizing people, the people that think that they can Islamize everybody, Biafra land shall be your grave, massive grave. Keep doing what you're doing. We are here. We remain resolute. We are Biafrans. We are the indigenous people of Biafra. That's what they call us. After we have gone, our leader told you that they can never see anything like us. They will wish that we are live forever. This generation of Biafrans are not just joking, but we are.
We are not like other people.
Absolutely not.
Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world, bar none. And we did it because Chukwu Okike Abiama is with us. We did it because Chukwu Okike Abiama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
I don't know who can be confused with that. We know what we want. We can never give up. We can never. We are unstoppable. In other words, so they can try, they can fight, they can do whatever they want to do, but we will remain resolute. Biafra is our quest, and we are going to get Biafra regardless of what they think. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. All right, let's keep listening and keep making your calls. Take a few more break, and I'll be right back with you.
Oil and water can cope together, so Nigeria and Biafra can work together. If you're among them that think we can live together, you are not by just fantasy, dream on our living, they're so visionless leader, they're so politicians, are refra, they're so corporate, Abusika, them army are just blood sucker. In the SS are confirmed kidnappers, SAS are merciless kill, them police are highway robbers, them immigration are live fingers.
Say what you want. Say what you want, say what you want. We want Biafra. Do what you do, do what you do, do what you do. We want Biafra.
All right, caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, here, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, here,
Oh,
Biafra.
Chineke.
There we go.
Yeah. It's my location now, boy. I'm calling from my location, my brother Mazi Iyke Alozie.
There we go.
May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is now, in the hands of the Fulani Caliphate that want to take our land. And our Onyendu stand and say, no, it cannot happen. Because Biafra land is not Nigeria land. It's not in the north, it's not in the west. Biafra land is in the east, the rising sun. Mazi Iyke Alozie, I want to use this opportunity to tell my people that Nigeria is not a country. Those that are fighting for one Nigeria, they want to make Nigeria a Japan of Africa. They are lying to themselves because nobody is a Nigeria. British create Nigeria because of resources in Biafra land and put terrorists in charge. Those that forbid Western education, British give them power to kill those that believe in Christianity that they brought to them. It's not a shameful thing that somebody will come and claim that he's a Nigeria from the east, from Biafra land. You are defending one Nigeria. Are you out of your sense? White man creating Nigeria is not God that created Nigeria. Why do you proud of Nigeria? It will be, I ask you this. Nigeria is not for us. Nigeria can never be. For how many years our people have been dying in the name of one Nigeria? For how many years our people have been suffering because of one Nigeria? And you are there claiming you will do Nigeria to be like a Japan. You are lying to yourself. Biafrans, what we ask is referendum. Let them release our leader and give us referendum. British did their own referendum and go out from the EU. It's the same thing Biafrans are asking. I don't see reason why the world will keep quiet. Our people are dying here and there. Mazi Iyke Alozie, I pray that Biafra will come, and Biafra is already with us.
Yes.
Biafra, let us keep on fighting. Mazi Iyke Alozie.
Thank you, sir. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. Let me take another call that's coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good afternoon from here, Mozambique. Mazi Bilo, calling from Nampula province, Mozambique.
Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. IPB listen to me this afternoon. Mechiko Kebe continue to guide everybody that listen to me this afternoon. Our leader Mazna the Kalake Buchobol on the Gulukonda Hambasi Kenny and Hachko Kabe Mise. He said, Mazi, I want to tell you, American government that the Nigeria government is evil because all this thing that is happened to the American embassy convoy, they are the one that are doing this, all this fabricated this to attack IPOB. But we are not involved in all this because Hausa people are the one that's killing our people in Biafra land every day. They're killing our people, Hausa people, Fulani people, herdsmen, and other people that Boko Haram, they are the one that causing mayhem in our Biafra land, because they have covered our bush, they have covered our area. That's why we are fighting them to go away from our area. That's why they are fighting them every day. But they say no, we cannot help them to fight these terrorists. That's why they want to do anything they want to do to make sure that they call us terrorist people. God knows our problem. God knows our hearts. We are not the one that's attacking the embassy convoy. All these people, they know what they are doing. Is Hausa people, is Fulani people, is Boko Haram member. Are the one that fool our forests everywhere in Biafra land. We are not among of this problem of US, because America is no problem for us. America don't have anything to do with us, because all these things that happen there, we are not involved on all this problem. Mazi, I want to tell our people here in Mozambique, in Nampula province, because this is our 30th of May. We want to make sure that everybody that love what you are doing, come that day, honor our heroes that who die for that we are living today. Here in Mozambique, if you want to, if it's time that Samora Moshe, everybody don't want to go. Everybody, there's no people that go to market that day. Every market will be shut down. But if you call our people, come together, come outside, join what you are doing. They don't want to do it. But this 30th of May, if you don't want to come, remember one person in your house died because of this struggle. Come outside that day and remember that person that died. Because this is not the issue of the IPOB matter, not the issue of the ESM matter. This is the issue of everybody in Biafra land. They're supposed to understand that day. We're supposed to respect that day. Here in Nampula, we are preparing our own here in Nampula to celebrate that day. But if you can see it now, people that call themselves in the Nigerian community, they will not come outside to come and join us with what we are doing. Because they say that what's just something that we are doing is not supposed to do it here. Let us go to Nigeria and do it, not here. Here, they are fighting us every time here in Nampula province here. And I want the immigration by a meeting. And I want the immigration by name and the Kaji that one by a meeting, by a meeting, by hand. Has not have my immigration. I'm by name here. I'm going to mean a ham where Nigeria, but I suppose you compare to this Nigeria. And I got the immigration that like we have name here in Nampula province here. But I know what any door I'm attack with the immigration here in Mozambique. And I had a media for here because we are name and that's all the channel. I'll catch up and I'm a brother Nobi. I catch up and I'm a brother Nobi. When you brother me on and Nampula here, only new Nigeria community, you want us to go in a river here. I guess someone here in Nampula here. But Kachina, any day I'm going to get meeting immigration boss or there. So that I have a man attack. Any day, that day, Nigeria community cannot be stay in that place again, do that meeting. They all meet here in Nampula here because Hana is saying me born and born. I know me, Hana at particularly when you can know chairman and no also that Nagadan to happy now organize here. I know me, Hana beside me, Hana be say, but I know how a major for Bologero one day. Immigration by the meeting. That I had a major for Nampula. Go no one day away. Nampula province, you know, my so Nampula province in Mozambique. Make a hammer. If you don't want to join IPOB, leave us alone. It's not force. It's not force that you join IPOB. The IPOB for those that had call that you know that suffering of Umunian and Sufanul. Ndị mụ obere ụmụnne na Sufanul, all ndị na IPOB, all don't know like I want an email. But if you want to build Transit community, don't leave us alone. Don't stop fighting us because here na log go forgive ụmụ ka na log ha. Unu na gbasa weekend na Nampula na atọ ya aka na agwa ndị Immigration ebe na meeting. Any day here mere nga Mazi Alozie unu ga mkpata na ha na Mozambique na Nampula here. Ask him, no this afternoon. How make a hammer? Oh, no one again Nigeria community here in Nampula. Tell them to leave us alone. Tell them to leave us alone. We are not fighting something that will belong to us or one person issue. It's something that everybody will benefit tomorrow. But Hana Toy, na Royaka, na Bioco, na Asa Hanema. I know Mahana Asia, I take about the Hanema. Machina the Bonita Hamania, and I had a get around here in Nampula province. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. They will. Thank you so much. All right. What I want you to understand is that now, our leader said that if nobody talks about you, it means that you're not doing anything. Then they may have, if they are Biafrans, they are from our region, they are the ones that need to be attacked. But if Nigerian community there in Mozambique want to stay on their own, that is their problem. Let them stay. And anybody who wants to join them, when you Biafra try to join her, go there and kill yourself. But the truth is, if you are attacked physically, mentally, or whatever way, you have the right to defend yourself. That's what you're saying. I understand where you're going. I understand what you're saying perfectly well. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening. Mazi Iyke. My name is Chukudubem. I am calling you from the Republic of Seychelles. Ezoku, I just want to thank you for this fantastic job you're doing, especially with this track of this retired intelligence officer that you keep on playing every day.
Yes.
I just simply don't know the grace Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has with our radio presenter. Everybody has a killer style of sending our messages. According to what our elder said, the truck pusher, he said, Mazi, the message is entering. Yeah. Every reasonable person in that contraption called the zoo in Nigeria, if they have some atom of reasoning in their brain, the gospel this man preached alone is enough for anybody to destroy the zoo.
Yeah.
There are so many hidden gospels. And one thing you're doing that is making it so easier for us is that the way you're breaking it, you pause, you analyze it, and listen to those secret words, those the things that Buhari, and those things he says, you break it to make us understand that Buhari is not alive.
That's right.
People with reasonable brain should understand this. Our people questioning Radio Biafra every second. Mazi,
yes,
there is so much gospel in this preaching that you're doing. This particular man's preaching, there is so much hidden gospel in it.
Yes.
And the man is he's a Yoruba man, so
yes.
He's read.
Yeah.
He has wisdom.
It does.
And you're analyzing it again and bringing out more gospel in it. Please, Nigerian government should release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. He's a prisoner of conscience. They should free him. This generation of Biafrans will never prevaricate, not one iota. Yes. Nnamdi Kanu have said everything. This generation of Biafrans will fight to the last man. The more they are holding our leader, the more decadence they are bringing upon themselves, the more wrath of the people they are bringing upon themselves. So I am advising the zoo government to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Call a day, give us a day of referendum. Let us go and live our life, and they can continue with their janjaweedism.
That's right.
That's all I have to say. Mazi, thank you for this gospel.
Thank you.
May the God of the land of our ancestors continue to inspire you people and strengthen you in this effortless job that you're doing. In the name of Chukwu Okike Abịama's name that I pray.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very, very much. You know, the man spoke. Olawumi, that's his name, and it's unbelievable. You see, it's just like he speak. If it was maybe any of us IPOB saying that, they would say, it's propaganda. Listen, this man is an authority in what he's saying. He's in government. He is there. He is with them. Because if the Buhari administration, I use the word administration because the man told us that he was one of those who went to Washington to make sure that Buhari comes into office. That his action the past 6 years, he doesn't understand. Because the action ended when the man died. The man died in 2017. Every other person is mimicking him, is trying to use his name. They are not the people in there. The one that spearheaded it, the man that had conversation with Alhaji, Kunle and Alhaji. The Alhaji were talking about this Farouk. He's the deputy to Tinubu. He's the man that is coming into Iko Tunu Nketorobiati. You are going to see it. Peter Obi can jump up and down and he's a magical man. He's going to fix Nigeria. Nigeria can be fixed. How can you fix it? How can you, with all your scientific knowledge, think that you can mix oil and water? It never works. Oil can never mix with water. We are just like oil and water. We can never mix. Until we decide, because the God that created the universe, those of you who go to church every day, I'm a Catholic, I am a Protestant, I am a Pentecostal, I am whatever you are. I keep saying it, you are not thinking. The God that you're worshiping has a law, has a rule. He cannot break his laws for anybody. 1 + 1 will always be 2, unless God wants to make it 3. That means breaking his law that he has already created. Oil and water can never come together and mix, no matter what you try, no matter how much you try. Excuse me. We are like oil and water that put together by the British man. The creator of the universe said Eastern region, Western region, Northern region. Not even in Nigeria, not even the name Nigeria. They came in there, they created this, and then they try to mix up. They take this country, this country, this country, and say you must be one. While we are fighting ourselves and killing ourselves, they are there reaping and stealing from us. Why do you think they are interested in the country? They are not. All they are looking at is how would you get this money? And it's better for them, because if the fools take over, whom they are clamoring to, they want to put them there. The Fulanis one is not even part of the African nation that you bring in countries and call them Nigeria. They are not part of it. They are global nomads. They are people that run around. The gypsies, they have no home. Wherever they settle, that's their home. But we, the indigenous people, the Biafrans, we have a home. Our land is our home. And nobody is coming to take it from us. I don't know about the Yorubas. I'm not a Yoruba person. I'm not from there. But our land remains our home. Ibibio, Ishekiri, Ijo, whatever you call them, Maison, we are Biafrans. And we will remain Biafrans. People are speaking the truth. The man made a very good impression. What I gather in the whole thing is that he used a proverb. He said, when a fish wants to spoil, it starts from the head. Do you know what that means? When the head is corrupt. That's why when you drive motorcycle, they ask you to put on a steel helmet. Because if that head hits the ground, you can break your bones and break your ribs and everything and still be alive. But when that head hits the ground, survival is almost impossible. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that Buhari came into power. They brought him in. The Boko Haram, according to him, they are still in his government today. Farouk is in government. He's the chief of Boko Haram. He's the man that Tinubu, they're planning it. They're planning. But let us watch. Like I normally say, in the end, your graveyard will be Biafra land. Keep on coming. People can clamor, the fat one that says, I'm the chairman of the Igbo community. If you touch Igbo property, you're not going to do shit. You cannot do nothing. Your ancestors didn't do anything. You are just there for your own gratification. You know very well that you're trying to create a scientific impossibility, something that will never work. Is that thing that the British man put together. The issue will continue and continue over and over. Our great-great-great-grandchildren will fight this war to the end. Eventually, they'll be let alone. You cannot go against the will of Chukwuokike Abiyama. You think by holding Nnamdi Kanu, you're going to end what we are doing? You are fooling yourself. The more you hold him, the more stronger we become. Yesterday, I read something in the paper when I had predicted that was going to happen in this program about Soludo, who said he's going to arrest those who attacked the policemen or something about the United States. What got me interested is the United States, because this is my country too. When he said that, I just told myself something. I said, watch it. They are going to call IPOB and ESN. Exactly. I read a paper yesterday. I read something yesterday written by a blogger. A bunch, not even a blogger. That is, police quickly have already gone the investigation. They already known the IPOB. The next thing they're going to do, let me make a prediction. They're going to bring some innocent people and keep them in the street. Go to jail, because that's what they do. They go to jail, they bring out them and tell them to sit down and tell the world that you are IPOB and we'll let you go free. All those people that have been parading as members of IPOB, that have been committing crime, has it ever dawned on any of you that after they bring them out and parade them, that's the end of the story? We'll never see them anymore. We never hear about them being taken to court. We never hear about them being sentenced. Because you know something? They go to inside the jail to bring up people that have locked up for nothing, have been punishing them, and they are willing to go home. They make promises. I'm going to come out and tell you I am IPOB, I am ESN. And then once you do that, you are going to go. So they come, they bring them out. The police will come there with their pot belly because most of them are so badly shaped. They don't even exercise. So they come in with their pot belly and tell you, now we got these hoodlums. And then they'll bring out old guns and show you that these are the guns we got from them. They are the ones talking. The people sitting down, they are not saying anything. All they can say is, I am IPOB. I used to be a coordinator. He's out of jail. He comes out of jail. They bring him out there to come and talk. What you don't ask as intelligent people is, why don't you allow us to interrogate? Because anyway, even if you interrogate them, because they're not going to go contrary, otherwise they will remain in jail perpetually. These are people that are already in prison. They bring them out to come justify them. That's why so quickly they have their reports immediately. Oh, we got them out. It's IPOB. We got the information late. Otherwise, we could have attacked them. You are fooling yourself, my guys. The world knows that IPOB, the indigenous people, they have your record. You think they don't have? Listen to Olaomi what he said this morning. He said the intelligence community know these people that are Boko Haram. So everything you are doing, you think they don't know? Keep on struggling. Keep on doing all you are doing, but because you know something, you are wasting your time. The world has moved on. The international community knows the truth. They know what we are. They know we are freedom fighters. We're looking for our freedom, and there is nothing any of you can do. You can brandish us, call us names, call us what you want to call us. It doesn't change anything. We are still the indigenous people of Biafra, a peaceful organization that has no trouble with anybody. Hoodlums attacked the police or attacked whoever they attacked and killed those that they have to kill. And then the governor came out immediately. Oh, I'm going to make sure that we go after those people. Of course, you can't go after them. There's no doubt. But you are deceiving yourself. The same people that are organizing this Boko Haram, you have not gone after them. They are still in government. They are still there, very, very much there. They change their name. They call them bandits because Boko Haram will be a bad influence on them. You think the world doesn't know? Change his clothes, change his name from Joseph to Josephina. He's the same person. The person has not changed. Boko Haram remains Boko Haram. Whether I call them bandits, you call them criminals, you call them whatever, they are Boko Haram. We know their leaders. We know those who formed them. They are in the government of this same country they call Nigeria. The international community knows that. You will all die in Biafra land. That is the truth. You can keep twisting. Because they went to Anambra State, as soon as they're in Biafra land, as soon as something happens to them, I said it, that the next thing they are going to do, that was even before they wrote it in the paper, that the ESN and IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, that did that. Of course, if they were attacked in Biafra land, we know the story. You can bring people that will attack them so that you can have a bad name for IPOB. But we know the truth. Yeah, normal thing is the next thing, like I said, let me make the prediction again. We are waiting. One day they are going to announce, oh, now we arrested the people that did this hideous crime. They are members of IPOB, so we'll look at them here. They can confess and tell you who they are. These are criminals that were already in jail. Not even criminals, people that have locked up, that want so eager to go home. They want to say everything. Go and ask them, which unit do they belong? IPOB, for your information, we are under oath. Serious oath, and that we cannot kill anyone. Not even our enemy, Biafra land. Unless you are approved. So if they go there and get them from the jail, from prison, which is the normal thing they do, and parade them and get some old guns and put in their side and everything, it's not a new story. The Apo 7, Apo whatever, the guys that the commissioner of police that organized the killing of some young kids in Abuja, they had a gun that they brought out to show that this gun came out of these people. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Peter.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Chinyere Eze Ogu, the converter and the messenger of the message of the Kakas. Please, I want to speak on the kidnapped Americans. Very, very important. That is what I want to speak on. You see, what actually is happening is that our people are not following actually what is happening. Our people are drifting. They are not taking into consideration the implication of what actually is going on. Last time I told you that there is a plot to turn Nigeria into Afghanistan by making the terrorists to take over. That was what happened. That I told you the method that they are going to use. That revelation I made was the result of it was what caused this Obaru kidnap. And I want the whole world to listen, and I want to connect the dots for you.
Was it a kidnap or somebody was killed?
Excuse me.
I'm asking you a question, sir. Just answer me. If you don't know, just say I don't know. Was it a kidnap or killing?
I mean the killing, the consulate attack in Anambra.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to speak on. You understand me? And the most major thing is this. That Buhari you see here, it's a fake Buhari. They want to kill him and they want to kill Nnamdi Kanu. Time is not on their side. It's very, very important. Why did that attack happen in Anambra State? Let me tell you. What happened in Anambra State was organized by the American government.
By what? Excuse me, sir. Let me interrupt you. Just give me. I'm going to turn you off if you don't listen. Pay attention. Pay attention. Can you please?
Let me.
When I speak to you, when I say pay attention, you cannot come to my radio and give unsubstantiated accusation against anybody. I want you to speak about what you know. That's when we can pay attention to you. If you do not speak about what you know, I will always not take your call. If I ask you a question, I want you to pay attention to the question. If you have a preconceived thing that you want to talk about, well, make sure that you know what you're talking about. That is something you have investigated. This is Radio Biafra. We do not carry false news here. We carry information that is relevant. So if you say something I don't understand, I am going to ask you to explain yourself. If you don't do that, you'll be off the air. All right? So you are free to make your call again if you're ready to listen, to pay attention. Otherwise, I'll take another call that is waiting. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Can you hear me? Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Welcome to the program.
Mazi, please don't entertain that guy. You still know this guy by now. He called himself the focus of the Kakas. Mazi also doesn't pick his call. Nobody pick. I'm sorry, I don't know. You still look organize this idiot. I'm not coming up rubbish. Please. Mark him anytime he come here. Just know who he is. He's an idiot. Nobody. You don't want him to come here and talk about what you did not know. Mark this guy. You know who he is right now. There you
go. All right. Thank you so much. All right. You know, I do that. Not that I don't know his number. I do know his number because when somebody wants to make a fool of himself, you help him. I do that. I do that quite a lot. I like people to embarrass themselves because sometimes you think you know something, you're knowledgeable, and you're getting information wrongly. You know, it is not wrong for somebody for a lizard to think that he's a crocodile. That is very, very, very obvious for some people out there. Their ego has carried them so high that they think they are what they are not. They give quotation, they call you, they are this or that, they are this or that, but those things don't mean anything. This is Radio Biafra. I allow them to talk. The moment you come in and you derail, you are out. You are off. I know it's provoking, it's annoying for some people. Yes, I know that. But then we still give room for an idiot to expose himself because The person can never change. By the rod keeping him away, he's going to live with his illusion. But when he comes into the public light and you start to expose him very, very much, you discover that he will start to correct himself and start feeling that, I think I thought I was this, but this is what I am. This is Radio Biafra. Call us. The lines are still open for you at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. Still talking about Olaomi, what he said about the Boko Haram issue and the government being aware of what is going on. We know that. That is very, very clear because I remember Farouk and Adamu. Farouk saying that 400 people were arrested, and that's what exactly the man was talking about. These people were arrested, but nobody got tried. We are in a deep precarious position. That's the way we are, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. We know that this ban was on from the time of Babangida, when they started planning the Islamization of your country. But we say we have no objection to their Islamizing Nigeria, but not Biafra land. They cannot do that on Biafra land. We are ready. We are very, very ready. And no matter how much they want to try, we know they will always fail. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
God bless you again. My name is Mazi Iyke Alozie. I'm calling from France. I listened to what you said concerning the tape, the photo that you taped this morning. And if we go back deeply to analyze it, it's going to take us a whole month. But what are we trying to pick there is Pastor Bosu have given us the summary of what the enemy of democracy are trying to do in our land by trying to take what is not belong to them and claim that is their own. And two, and also to make us to become another let me borrow it from Mazu Jonathan, orangutango second, where they can manipulate and use in any form in the name of religion. And also another thing that happened there is our leader come and rescue us by trying to call us, awaken us, trying to tell us what is about to happen. If we deny or if we refuse to listen, they'll see what is going to happen in the future. And also the United Nations under the history and the culture department said that in 50 or 60 years, somebody can correct me, that the Igbo are going to be wiped from the surface of the world. And if something is not going to take care, and our leader saw the vision, and also God called him and be useful, and to tell us that see what is about to happen. If we allowed all these globalists and all these warmongers and all these those who are always saying another thing and practicing another thing, and they are going to use our land as a farm, and also our people as a element of changing organs in the hospital and other things. Although it's happening, but the issue is there is they are going to wipe our history in the face of this world, and we will not be exist again. And that's why if you see what is going on there, sometimes our brother Jonathan and the Madam Maria Headers, they always come to radio before and talk about religion, why the DOS, they stop them because of it's getting into another way. If possible, they can reopen it, because what these people are talking about is religion, and the same religion they want to use to conquer the whole Nigeria and also across the Africa. I think it's better let them start this program again, because not only to focus in Christianity and also to focus on other religions and to see the good things in religion and see the bad fate that is happening and causing havoc in the world today. And if you check very well, they are using the same Muslim religion to cause havoc, not in Nigeria alone, but across the world. And anytime when somebody talk about the Muslims, it seems that you become anti-Muslim, but it's not so. Because if you check and balance what is happening in the world, the good side of them and the bad side of them, you see that there is and we need to checkmate it for the good reason and for the future. God bless you, Mazi Iyke, and bye-bye.
They will.
All hail Biafra.
All right, thank you very much. About the religious thing, I'm not privy to have any opinion about it. But what I'm saying is that the religion. That's the one when they say somebody is doing something, they said he's doing it religiously. Religion is something that anybody. It's like a knife that has two edges, two sides. You can cut it this way, you can cut it the other way. But the point is that if we go into it and start talking about it, it derails us from what we are doing. There are people who so glued up to their own religion that it's not a very good thing to try to. If the US feels that it's not appropriate to discuss religion in public forum like that, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't discuss. I'm not even a religious person anyway, because I was born a Catholic, but I wouldn't tell you that I am just do or die Catholic. My father, when he was alive, I remember I was about 7 years old, and his friend came to him and said, "We've not been seeing you in the church these days. What's the problem?" And what I gathered as a young person was that for him, religion plays its part. He has something that he has done, that he does for you as a person, builds your character. But if your character is already built and you think that you are able to manage without it, so be it. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Ike Peters. My name is Nnamdi. I'm calling from my base. Yeah?
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Ike Peters, I want to comment on the clips you played about the gentleman. The man is from Yoruba, am I right?
Yes.
You mentioned his name.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, Nigeria is a game trap, and when they plan their game, and if it did not come in their favor, you now see the person coming out to lament, which I believe all the clips or the talking Nnamdi Kanu have stated all this to us for we to learn and for we to understand what is about to come. Now, this man said that he was in Goodluck Ebele Jonathan regime.
Yeah.
It's what he said about the Niger Delta crisis, which the former president, before he died, sent them there to go and make peace.
Yeah.
Now, before Buhari came to power in 2015, according to what this man said, that even he traveled to America, they are the people who supported Buhari to come into power. Yeah. He said so. He said so.
Yes.
And now, good. That means, and you know that before Buhari came into power, Buhari said that an attack in Boko Haram is an attack against the North.
Yep.
That is what Buhari said in an open interview program. He never hid it. Now, you see, when Buhari was elected as the president of Nigeria, now, unfortunately, this man now died. The government was hijacked.
Yeah.
That is why, and people who intend to reap something from the Buhari government, when Buhari is no more there, they hijacked the government, and many people were sidelined. Because if this man is an intelligent officer, he knows that even this Boko Haram they are talking of, it has been there before Yaradua, before Jonathan came into power. So, and they keep silent. They never comes out to say that they want to Islamize Nigeria. So, but let it be. My issue is that it's our people that is in that government of Nigeria. What is happening to our people, and they keep silent. because which the world have said that Fulanis, they are the most world terrorist organization have called them the third dangerous killers. But he saw our governor from Biafra land, being Willow Biano, telling us that even May19 allies in his government. Who is May19 ally? Is it not Fulani? If it's not Fulani, they have the Katuriaras. They are in his government. But he never called IPOB to be in his own government. So if our people there, they kept silent, see what is happening, the Fulani using terrorists to conquer Nigeria, they see the Fulani using terrorists to invent Nigeria, and our people keep silent. Are we to blame Fulani people? We are not. We are not, because they are saying all these things. But due to the position they give them in the Nigerian system, it's making them to keep silent. That's why they don't say any word. They don't say anything, because if this thing did not happen to Ekweremadu, do we know that Ekweremadu hands will be in such mood that to take somebody to London to harvest the person's kidney? Nobody knows that Ekweremadu can go to such extent. To show you that whatever is happening in Biafra land, our people in government, they are all aware. But they don't want to say because of their position they have. That is why I keep on saying, we must start from our people first. Whenever any day we start from our people, know that victory is coming, know that freedom is coming. Because where the Fulanis, they don't see any one of our people to use to come and do their bidding, they will back up. They will call their people to back up. You see what happened when Nnamdi Kanu created ESM? What the Fulani did, they called their people to return back home. Is it not the same about people who went to say terrorists or terrorists, Nnamdi Kanu? Is it not why the Fulani are back in Biafra land? You can see. So that is it. That is it. So he have come out to speak, because I know why him speaking all this, because maybe what he intended to have from Buhari, another people have hijacked the government. So he have nothing to do, because you know that Buhari is dead. That is why he can come and say all these things. And God so can, and they can have already said it all. And it is happening in our present. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Listening.
All right. Thank you very much for your opinion. And the only thing that I can add to it is that I don't think he's coming out to say, because that thing that he said, I don't think he said it today. It was an old program that even channels themselves have removed it from their website because they don't want people to talk about it. But unfortunately for them, it has already been shared, and some people still have it in their file. So whatever you take out of your website is not going to have. The man did not share what I'm trying to figure out. What he was trying to tell us is that the government is responsible for Boko Haram. Indirectly, he has told you that the man that is there is not Buhari, because this is not the man that I went to Washington to bring into office. However, our interest in this whole thing that he said is same to our people that you're talking about. Our people who want to sit down there and lie to some people that Nnamdi Kanu is lying, Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have information properly. Somebody has vindicated him. Our people are not easy to deal with. But you know something, Chukwuka Abiyama is taking care of them. Like you rightly said, nobody knew that Ekweremadu would go to the extent of taking somebody to harvest his kidney or whatever. Of course, there are many things, but you know something? God exposed him. He's in prison. I'm not there with him. You are not there with him. He's there. Anybody can be in there, so let him stay there. Right now, every day, for the next probably how many years that he's going to be there, he will be thinking every day what he has done to himself. So those that things are happening to our people, even attacking our people verbally or physically or anything, I don't even think is the right thing to do, because he doesn't learn anything from it. When he leaves and sees his mistake, if people will die and come back, I know Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, if he comes back and say, so this is the country that I created, then you will know that he made a mistake. He will not want to go into or feel that he did the right thing. You know? So as a matter of fact, the man was not trying to defend himself because Buhari is not there anymore. No, that's not my opinion. That's not what I think. He was only trying to tell us a message that the people in government, because he said some of them are still in government, he still won't even call their names. But we know that Alhaji Farouk, or whatever they call it, Adamu is Adamu or whatever, I don't know his name, that is going to be deputy to Bola Tinubu. They are the ones that are clamoring for this Sharia. They want this Fulanization is for them is a big deal. They can Fulanize Nigeria, but my story is that we are Biafrans and we are not going to be Fulanized by anybody. They can wish, they can want, they can struggle all they want, but it can never, never happen. We are here. Let me take a very short break and I'll be right back with you.
Oh, Nana, land of the right.
All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle, great Biafran people. But they killing to idol worship and we lost the faith of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting Jam people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup, so them enter there. I brought in civilization, brought in Jam religion, and told us about America, and we embraced them. I never knew them got a Tyrian water. With religion splitted us amongst our brethren. With denomination, tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Nana. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left out when we were gone. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Ayo, Biafra. Land of the rising sun. Biafra is a reality. My original legend.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to Chukwuka Biama who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1940, Amalgam nation, colonial master, criminal master, of a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugar, brought together all them captives, including Java people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and tradition, different language, different in everything, overstanding on the reason forced to coexist together in the plant of confusion, describing the soil and the water that can never mix. Planted the cabals, them representatives here in Nigeria, looting all our treasure, colonial external.
We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Obab, Yasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they'll buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not if you know what, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything.
And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand the mountains. I didn't say what mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move. But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know.
Before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world by none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, thank you very much for that message from our leader. I'll come to bring this program to an end. Tomorrow is Saturday. We'll be here again, Shabbat day. Shabbat Shalom to all of you for in advance. And we will be able to talk about, in fact, tomorrow I'm going to air the recent broadcast by one of our brothers, China Sanworu. We had a interactive session. And for those who didn't listen to it, so tomorrow Saturday, we'll come up with it. And then tomorrow Saturday, when I speak to our entertainers, our musicians in Biafra land, we'll speak to them tomorrow. So stay tuned, don't go away, because Mazi Iyke Alozie comes in next. Radio Biafra USA 2. Unfortunately, somebody's calling me. I can't pick up any more calls at this time. We gotta go. The lines are always busy, but tomorrow is another day. Call us tomorrow and they'll be able to talk. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Want you to remember that Biafra for us is our religion. And here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. From here, from me, it's goodbye.
Lies our religion, the last hope we have is in Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship as a Chukukike Abiyama. Let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship as a Chukukiki Abiyama. Let your kingdom come. Lord, save our nation from the evil Britain. There we will sing and dance for the world to know you, our God. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship as a Chukukike Abiyama. Let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship as a Chukukike Abiyama. Let your kingdom come. As a Chukukike Abiyama. Let your kingdom come.
ya nọ n'etiti unu taa ọsọ unu binye enu n'oge akara aka eluo mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye oke ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị na-ebe asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị idodi ikwu na-eme asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị amambara asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị osimiri ndị aba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị ọgba asị m gị binye eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị m gị binye oke arụsị na n'iko jụrụ nwa na-aga asị m gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo ikirike ọgụ mmụọ asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike asị m gị ododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ, asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka lụọ. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike. Ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike. Ọ ya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi Ọhamadike bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ya ọ bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ, otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile, ụkpaka na-agba n'udu mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya. Asị m unu binye n'isi ya, nye ogologo ndụ na-adị isi ike, napụta ya na Eke, napụta ya na Orie, napụta ya na Afọ, napụta ya na Nkwọ. Asị m na ahịa akara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ, na ahịa akara aka agaghị eri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu gaa napụta Nnamdi Kanu na Eke, napụta ya na Orie, napụta ya na Afọ, napụta ya na Nkwọ. Asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma, ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lacha. Chukwu okike abịa ama, onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ. Asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị Eke n'ala Igbo. Asị m na Eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, Eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, Oke ga-eketara ya ndụ, Oke ga-eketara ya Biafra, Oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe, Oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro, kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ. Asị m na mbọsị ọ ga-apụta Ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra, ndị ilo ya ga-anọ n'ụra. Ọ kwara ekwe osu. Asị m gịnị bụ Ekwensu? Asị m na mbọsị ọ ga-apụta, ya bụ ndị ilo ga-anọ n'ụra. Ọha bụ ọha nwa bụ Ekwensu. Asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra. Na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma. Asị m ọbịara igbu Nnamdi Kanu bụ onwe ya. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha. Osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele. Onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu aga-apụta, asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya dịka ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya. Asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka, asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ. Osisi ahụ fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe, asị m ikuku futuo gị. Anya ọbụla fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịrị, asị m alịrị akọrọ ya n'anya. Onye fụrụ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya, ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya, maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị. Chukwu okike abịa ama, asị m na mberede nyiri dike mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike. Asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose, ọ dadị ukwu ose elu. Na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka. Ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri ojido, jiri ojido enyi ozu. Na ọkwado nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya. Asị m na eje anabụ isi ije. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana. Asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne. Inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwa. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri, ọ bụla eje nkụ. Asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmiri. Asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo. Asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere. Asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Ga tụnye ugo, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri, ga nye ya mmeri. Tụnye ugo n'elu ugo, nye ike n'elu ike, nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ. Ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu n'efufe. Unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin, onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo n'ofufe. Asị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ. Ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka ha nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo, ka ha nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra, ka ha nwee ike wee kwuchi anyị ọnụ, ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ, ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ. Mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri, ndị nwe ikuku, ndị nwe anyanwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ, ọkwa na unu ga-aga bụori ahịa, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa, mmiri ọ na-ebube ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eli nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee lie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ama.
Ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alo province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct today, the 17th day of the 5th month being May 2023. That abobochi orie, obochi Wednesday. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers. Even do not deny your enemies listening to this hallowed platform. You can hear us from different platforms, IPOB Community Radio, a very low data consuming app. Please download it. It's in your Play Store application. Please. Also, in Biafra land, or most part of Biafra land, and even beyond, you can hear us through frequency modulation CHK 102.1. That is where we are coming live. Now you go to social media, including Facebook, you'll be hearing our voice. Just ask Google, how can I listen to Radio Biafra? And you have multiple choices or multiple options. Radio Biafra House of Service is one of them on Facebook. IPOB, Rapture Media, the Biafra Digest, different platforms. There are many. Therefore, once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition because, as usual, it's going to be interactive, educative. I am very, very sorry. I apologize for the lateness. It is because of some issues beyond my control, honestly. My fault, but some issues beyond my control. That is the reason why. Therefore, do not forget that today I will be here with Mazi Iyke, a member of the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra, in order to discuss some issues of concern to Biafrans. Therefore, draw nearer to your listening devices. We hear that, we see what is happening everywhere, how the Nigerian government is playing delay game. You know, asking according to our adage, onye nwulo siwe hege, obia nora ala. So that's it. We are here. We go nowhere. That is one thing the Nigerian government should understand. Our leader, Mazi Iyke has told them, they have not seen this brand of Biafrans before. They thought that it is business as usual. Oh, they will be tired and, discharge and go. They believe that renditioning Mazi Iyke remains the center of gravity of this struggle. So that once it's done, now everybody to attend, oh Israel, as they did to Masob leader. Do you know before how Masob was compromised? He was arrested. When he was arrested, the Nigerian government increased the tempo of criminality in our land. They turned the freedom fighting outfit into making money, kidnapping. That is what killed Masob. In the process of that kidnapping, that Masob members engage, and the sleeper cells in Masob by the Nigerian government, they now activated their own cells in Masob. Criminality, and it went over without control, above control. And you know what? As the thing was going on now, the Nigerian politicians started visiting Masob Owazirika, telling him that, look, you have nothing to command again. Everybody is looking for his own money. They have turned everything into kidnapping gang. So it's better you accept our offer and we will help you. You make your money. Not that you will stop doing Biafra, but now we will be telling you what to do. That is how they relegated Mazi Iyke into anniversary freedom fighting. Every year he gather people and they share rice, match pass and the uniform. Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Finish. Now they thought, oh, the poor man look inside, from inside. He say, oh boy. They tell him, you know, when the pressure is coming, the pressure was coming. Igbo politicians, outside. This is what they want to do to IPOB. To use criminality, you know, activate their own criminals, Nigerian criminals, sponsor the criminals. Now, after they will be telling our leader, nah, they have outside nothing. They have to attend to Israel. They have got. They are now looking for. You will have autopilot. You have this. You have that. So no need. So it's better you accept our terms, and when you come out, you join the line of what we can be doing. Because you see, that is what they want to do. IPOB, but we are at a lot. That is why we continue moving. And they never see the brand of, Biafrans. They never see this type of brand. Unbribable we are. Therefore, without wasting or taking any more time, I will bring in Mazi Iyke to come in to make his introductory statements because we have issues to talk about. He has issues to talk about. Mazi, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Mazi Chinasa, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi Chinedu, good evening. I can hear you very clearly.
Well, welcome to the program.
Ndewo Mazi Chinedu, Ndewo Nwa Chineke. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, this evening I come to you to speak to all Biafrans and update our people on the latest development happening around the Biafran struggle, happening in our land, and the plans the Nigerian government and their international collaborators have against the Biafran agitation, have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But before I proceed, my name is Mazi Iyke. Mazi Iyke is from Obingwa. I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State. Unfortunately, I have not been coming online, like I promised, but due to we have a lot of things in our hand. We have a lot. Some people knew, others who are not deep in the struggle will not understand. What we do off the social media or on the radio is enormous. And we thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for giving us the strength to do this job. It is not by our power, because anybody in this struggle who do not appreciate those who have dedicated their life, like the way today Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hands of the enemies, not for his personal gain, who do not appreciate those who have dedicated their life, like the way today Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hands of the enemies, not for his personal gain,